Diyos ko, ang daming aso, pusa, lahat na. Huh? Hey everyone, this is Kat and welcome back to the bookish side of me. As usual, I'm very sorry for all the noise in my background. I can't do anything about that. But let's move on to this video because this is the kind of video that I never thought that I would film again this year because of two things. The first one is I feel like I've hoarded enough. Like I've ordered, hauled, checked out enough books for the year, and I don't want to spend more money on books. And the second thing is that I don't want to come across as insensitive during the times like this, wherein my fellow Filipinos are currently suffering in the aftermath of a series of typhoons here in the Philippines. And I just don't want to be insensitive. I don't want to offend anyone. But then I realized that there are a number of people who actually look forward to videos like this, or who actually requested for me to film videos like this because it's kind of therapeutic in some ways to others. And I know that you get that, especially if you've been consuming a lot of like booktube videos for years already. I'm not here to dismiss anything that's been happening in the Philippines. We are in need of donations and we are calling for rescue. So before you continue this video, I hope that you check the links on the description box where you can educate yourselves what is happening in the Philippines, where you can donate, where you can help. Also a playlist of videos where you can stream to donate. So yeah, that's all the disclaimers and explanation. But yeah, without further ado, let's get this started. Alright, so this is going to be a haul video plus unboxing of all these boxes behind me. But before we go to these boxes, I would like to share with you first all the books that I've bought for this month. And yeah, let's do this. Anyway, let's start this haul with 3 books by the same author. If you've been watching my previous videos, you will know that I have a favorite middle grade author. The author that I'm talking about is Erin Entrada Kelly. I just discovered her this year and I am so in love with her books. Like, I love them with all my heart. The ones that I got, first I have Hello Universe. This one I got from Shopee. It's from a second-hand bookshop, but then I realized that the book is actually brand new when I received it because it's still sealed, but of course I've removed this. I read this in May and I really loved it. By the way, this one, guys, is a middle grade contemporary with a little bit of magic, kind of whimsical but not really. And then the next book that I've got, I'm freaking so happy that I finally have this on my hands because I freaking love this book. This is my favorite middle grade book to date and definitely the reason why I love Erin Entrada Kelly so much. And the book that I'm talking about is Lalani of the Distant Sea, of course, by this author. And just, I'm sorry, I love this book so much. I freaking love the story and the characters of this book. I love Lalani. Like, look at this little girl right there. Oh my goodness. And I was surprised because it's actually deckled edges. If you don't know anything about this one yet, it's middle grade, it's fantasy. It follows this protagonist named Lalani and her adventures in the sea. This one is like very Filipino. It represents a lot of Philippine folklore, and I just love this book so much, and I thought of rereading it because I now have a physical copy. So if you haven't read this one yet, please do. It's so freaking good. Alright, the next one that I have here is a book that I haven't read from this author yet, and this one is actually a book club pick for my book club, which is In Cosmic Dreams for December, and the book is We Dream of Space by the same author. I'm just so excited to read this book. I've heard nothing but good things about this one. I was actually surprised when I ordered this because the staff from Fully Booked didn't tell me that it's actually a signed first edition copy, and look at that. There you go. Oh my goodness, I love it. And also, I just want to say that Erin is definitely one of the kindest, friendliest, and most approachable authors that I've ever met on the internet. So yeah, I hope that you get a copy of this one. Alright, the next book that I have here is a secondhand book that I've got from Shopee. And this one, I got this because it's highly recommended by Gerald of Gerald the Bookworm. And that is Still Life with Tornado by A.S. King. And I don't know anything about this book. All I know is that this is contemporary. I don't know if it's YA, but I think it is. I can't say anything more, but if you are interested to know what this is all about, you can check out Gerald's channel, and he talked about this book a lot and he loved this book. He swore in this book, so that's why I got myself a copy, but I'm very excited for this. The next book that I have is also one that I've got from Fully Booked, and I'm just so excited for this one because a lot of my friends have vouched for this book. They've said that I will like it, that I will love it, and it's very heartwarming. This one is The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. As usual, I don't know anything about this. All I know is that this is adult contemporary with a little bit of magic as well. It's not heavy on fantasy, but it has a little bit of magic, and it says that it's very heartwarming. It has LGBT plus representation, which I really love to read in any book. The next one that I've got is also a book that I've already read, but then I don't have a physical copy yet. It's one of my favorite books this year. I've read this in May, I think, and I really loved it. And this author is definitely one of my favorite authors this year. The book that I'm talking about is Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds. I personally feel that this book is very powerful and impactful. It talks about this Black American kid who grew up in a community wherein shooting and killing other people is very rampant or very normalized. I cannot say that my review about this one is valid because I am not from the same race, but I feel so much for the character. Yeah, so this is a graphic novel. The art, the illustration in here by Danica, no, okay, I'm not gonna pronounce that, but this is the illustrator, and it is just so gorgeous. Like, oh my goodness, can you see that? This is my kind of illustration or art in graphic novels, and I just love it. It's very artistic. I don't know how is it called, but I like it. I love it. I'm sorry if this is sounding like a wrap up. I didn't mean that. The last book that I have here that is already out of the box because I've opened this one the moment I received it, and this is a sequel to my current favorite book of the year, and I'm just so freaking excited to read this book, even though I know that this author will hurt my feelings, will wreck me, will destroy me, but I'm still so excited about this, and that is The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang. To be honest, I want to ditch my current read and all my TBRs for this month just to read this book. But I'm restraining myself because I'm waiting for some of my friends to actually finish the Poppy War so that we could bother read this book. This year will not end without me reading this book because I want to know what happened to the characters that I've loved in the Poppy War. Although I am very aware that this book will destroy my heart and my soul. This is the kind of relationship that you're allowing yourself to get into, even though you know that you will get hurt. So that's how I feel about this book. By the way guys, I've done a reading vlog of the Poppy War on my channel. I'm going to link it down below or on the art card right now so that you could check it out after this one. So right now we're gonna do the unboxing of these boxes, and I'm very excited because some of these books I've ordered them last month and about 2 months ago. It just came this month and I'm just so freaking excited to open all of them. Actually, everything is already unsealed because my friend Donna, who got this from post office and who received it in their house, has to check the titles to know whose book it is because we've ordered a lot for like the past 2 months or so, and I'm just so freaking excited. Some people are asking me if they ship directly to the Philippines as well as this, but the answer is actually no. We shipped it through a forwarder via shipping cart, as you can see, and it took more than a month or 2 months for this to arrive because of the quarantine and the pandemic, but I think the shipping cart is kind of okay right now. They ship faster than before. In here, the waterstones, they directly shipped in the Philippines, which is very nice. Estimated time of arrival is around 2 to 3 weeks. So yeah, let's open these packages and stop this bubbling. Let's open first the book depository because I already know what these are. The first one that I have in here in this white package is The Only Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones. This one is the book club pick for TRIHOES for this month. So I'm gonna put all the details on the description box below, but this one is like a horror fantasy as far as I know. Alright, so we have a bookmark in here, and yeah, so excited to read this book. I've heard good reviews about this one. So this is the first one from Book Depository. This one, I already know what this is because I only have one more book from Book Depository. This is, oh my goodness, I'm so excited for this one. So this is Ghost Squad by Claribel A. Ortega. This one naman is a book club pick for my book club, which is In Cosmic Dreams. If you've been following the social media of In Cosmic Dreams, you already know that I'm going to discuss this book on a live show on December 5th with a very special guest co-host, Paula Guerrero from Mexico City, and I'm just so freaking excited to read this book. Also, I've heard nothing but good things. By the way, this is like a fantasy, horror, spooky, something like that. So it follows this quest of a 12-year-old Dominican named Lucy Luna, and she's going to try to save her family, the spirits of her dead family, and finding this magical object or whatever. So I'm just so excited to read this book and to have the discussion with Paula. See you on December 5th for this book. Alright, so we're done with Book Depository. Let's have the Waterstones book haul. And the books that I have in here are all books that I've already read. I just have to order like my physical copies because there are a few of my favorite books this year. And let's start with this small one, which I think I know what's inside. I feel like, see, I already know what's inside. So this one is The Wolf of Ortega by K.S. Villoso. This is the first book in the Chronicle of the Bitch Queen series that we've read for TRIHOES last September. I freaking love this book, this series. This is an adult fantasy that follows this bitch queen named Talien, and a lot of things happened in this book and in the second book, which I have right behind me, I think, right there. And we've done a live show for the Icazar Falcon back in September, so if you are also interested, I'm going to put the link on the description box. But I love this book so much. I love this series so much. I'm so excited for the third book. Let's move on to this one that is bigger than the first Waterstones box. So, I have here 3 books. I'm so kilig right now. The first one that I have here is the first volume of Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. And then I have here the second volume. Oh my god, I'm so freaking happy. And of course, the third volume. So this is my favorite graphic novel for this year. This is Heartstopper series by Alice Oseman, and I have here the complete 3 volumes. I ordered this from Waterstones because I just want to keep them. I just want to hold them. I love this character so much. If you don't know anything about this one yet, this follows these 2 cute boys who fell in love with one another, and they are Nick and Charlie. I'm so excited to have this and to actually look forward to the next one because I think Alice Oseman will publish the volume 4 next year. I think so, yeah. Last box that we have here. This one is my first ever Book of the Month box. I already know the titles inside, but I'm still looking forward to see them in person. See them in person? Ano to? Anyway, so, oh my god. So I have here 2 books. The first one that I have is actually a Book of the Month for July. And I'm just so excited to read this one because it's been popular a lot this year, and I've seen this from a lot of book clubs. And the one that I'm talking about is Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia, and I'm just so freaking excited to read this book. All I know about this one is that it follows this horror story in a haunted house, I think. It's a kind of horror gothic story, very classic, and I'm so excited to have a Book of the Month book. So pretty, right? And then the second book that I have here from Book of the Month, this one, I've been wanting to have this book since last year, but then when I checked how much is it in Fully Booked, it cost 900 plus pesos for a paperback format. And I've thought to myself, no dear, we're not gonna buy that. It's too expensive, too much capitalism. So when I saw this from Book of the Month, I thought of putting it as an add-on, and I got this for like more than 500 pesos because it's around 9.99 US dollars. And I'm just so freaking excited to read this book. Like, I've been wanting to read this book. And that book is Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. I have no words. I'm just really so excited to read this one. I feel like I'm going to read it in December before this year ends, because next year Casey McQuiston is going to release a new book, which I'm very, very excited about. But then I have to read this one first, so I will know if my predictions are right, if my assumptions are accurate, if I could really trust my reading taste, my perception of my reading taste. And yeah, that's it. I'm so excited for this. Alright, so those are all the books that I've received this month from abroad and also local bookstores, and I'm just so freaking excited for all of them. That's it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I promise this is going to be the last haul video for this year, because I don't think I'm going to receive a lot of books for the rest of 2020, and I'm just very, very excited to get into 2021 with a lot of TBR. So that's it for this video. I hope that you are safe, you are healthy wherever you are, and just remember that the world is yours for the reading. Thank you so much, and see you on the next one. Bye!